In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Venn diagrams to interpret an application problem and answer some questions that may seem simple at first, but are actually a little more complicated than they may appear. A tutor at the college wanted to know how many of the students he worked with were enrolled in math and English courses that semester, so he conducted a survey. Out of the 85 students he asked, 39 said they were enrolled in a math course, 52 said they were enrolled in an English course, and 21 said they were enrolled in both an English and math course. Use the information to draw a Venn diagram. So the first thing I would recommend doing is going through and highlighting or picking out the categories. Hopefully it's clear that there are two categories here. We're talking about math courses and English courses. And so if there are only two categories, you will know that when you draw your Venn diagram, there will only be two circles. So when we do Venn diagrams, generally you're going to be looking at two sets or three sets. And so this is an example of two sets. So we're going to draw our universe. That's a rectangle. And then we'll draw the two circles representing the two sets. So one is going to be math. So you can label it A and B if you'd like. Since I know what A and B represent, I'm going to go ahead and just label it like that. So math and English. All right, so now it says 85 students he asked. So that's our universe. This 85 is the universe. That's how many students were asked. 39 said they were enrolled in a math course. That means the entire circle of math has to equal 39. Notice there are two parts of the math circle. Part of that circle is only math. It will be the students who are only in a math class. But part of that circle, so let's see, this part of the circle are the students that are only enrolled in math, not English. Notice it's not in the English circle. Then this part of the circle is in math. But notice that that's also in English, right? That part of the circle is also in English. So this middle part is going to be the number of students who are enrolled in both math and English that semester. And then of course you have the section over here that is just English. So these are going to be the students who are only enrolled in English and not math that semester. Okay. So it's important usually to try to work backwards. So what you would want to look for first is if they give you any information about how many were enrolled in both courses. And so I can see here that it does give me that. So it tells me that 21 say they were enrolled in both courses. So that means I'm going to put 21 right here in the middle. So 21 students were enrolled in both courses. Then you want to kind of work backwards. 39 were enrolled in math. That means the entire math circle has to add up to 39. Well, if one part of it's already 21, I can find this part by doing the total minus the 21 from the middle. And that's going to tell me how many were in only math. So if I do that subtraction, let's see, it looks like I'll get 18. Okay. So now notice that if I do 18 plus 21, I will get 39. And that's how many should be in that math circle altogether. So that works out. Okay, now look, it says 52 said they were enrolled in English. So that means the total in the English circle, so everything in this circle needs to add up to 52. Well, part of the circle already has 21 in it. So in order to figure out how many should go in the other part of the circle, you would do 52 minus the 21, and you would see that you get 31. Okay, so 31, there we go, 31 students are taking just English. So the total in the English circle has to add up to 52, and it does. Okay, so now the other thing to remember is that the universe is 85. So all of the numbers within the rectangle have to add up to 85. So if I add up all my numbers, so 18 and 21, that's 39, plus the other 31, that's exactly 70. That's all the numbers I have in there right now. It adds up to 70. But notice that my universe is 85. So in order to make that balance, I need to put the 15 out here in the rectangle. That says that 15 students who were surveyed are not in math or English. They're not taking either of those classes. So maybe they're taking, I don't know, science and psychology. Whatever they're taking, they're not taking math or English. So that's what that 15 represents. So now all of my numbers inside the rectangle and circles all add up to 85, so that checks. The two numbers in the English circle add up to 52, that checks. The two numbers inside the math circle add up to 39, so that checks. So there's my Venn diagram. So now using that diagram, I'm going to be able to answer some more questions. So part B, how many of the surveyed students were enrolled in a math class but not an English class? In other words, how many were enrolled in just math? So that would be this number 18 right here. This is the number of students who were enrolled in math but not English. So that would be 18. How many of the surveyed students were enrolled in English but not math? So that would be the ones over here that are in English but are not in that combined space. So that would be 31. How many of the surveyed students were enrolled in neither math nor English? Well, that's what we talked about just a few minutes ago, or maybe not that long ago. That's the 15. So 15 students were surveyed, and they were in neither math nor English. So that's the way to set up your Venn diagram. It's common that when you have two sets like this, they will give you the information similar to what I gave you above, and then they'll ask you how many were in only this set, or how many were only in this set. That's kind of the common questions for that. All right, the next one, we've got one with, well, before I tell you, let's just read it. A professor wanted to purchase lunch for her students, so she took a survey to see which restaurants the students liked. There were 197 students enrolled in her classes. 151 students said they liked Chick-fil-A, 99 students said they liked Pizza Hut, and 103 said they liked Taco Bell. 63 students said they liked both Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut. 50 said they liked both Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. 80 said they liked both Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell. And 29 said that they liked all three. So use the information to draw the Venn diagram. So at the very end it said all three. And that's kind of the key. If it didn't say that, then you would just look and see how many different options there are. So Chick-fil-A is an option, Pizza Hut is an option, and then Taco Bell is an option. So you can see there are three categories. So in this case, we would draw a Venn diagram that contains three circles. One circle for each set. And in this case, one circle for each restaurant. Okay, so let's label these. One will be Chick-fil-A, another will be Pizza Hut, and then the third is Taco Bell. Okay, so like the last one, if you can work backwards or inside out, that's what you should do. So the first thing you really want to identify is if they tell you how many liked all three. That would be the intersection of these three. So how many people liked all of these places? And if you look, you will see that that's kind of the last thing they give you. 29 said they like all three. So that's going to be the number that goes right here in the middle, because that is the section that is within each of the three circles. Then after that, you want to find any overlap of two items. Usually it's kind of in order backwards, like the last thing a lot of times they give you is the 3, and then right before that will be the doubles, and then the first thing they usually give you is the single information, like only Chick-fil-A, only Pizza Hut, etc. So it said 80 like both Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell. All right, so 80 like Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell. So here's Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell. So this is where these two, Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell, overlap. So this football shape, notice it's put in two sections, right? The total, so this total needs to be 80. You can see that 29 is already in one of the pieces. So to find what's left for the other piece that's shaded in gray, you simply subtract the total minus whatever's already in there. So that would be 51. So 51 is going to go in that spot. All right, so 51. So again, 51 plus 29 is that 80. And that's how many students like both Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell. Okay, so the one before that says 50 like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. So Pizza Hut and Taco Bell is this football shape. So that total in both of those sections has to add up to 50. So if 29 is already in the middle section, I can subtract that from 50, and I'll see that I'll get 21 left for the other section. So 21 is left for that other section. Okay, then the sentence or the statement before that is 63 students like both Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut. So 63 is going to be the total for this football shape. So if I know that the total is 63, and I already have 29 in one of the two sections, 13, 5, it looks like I will have 34 left for the other section. Okay, so 34. Okay, now you want to go in and fill in the other part. So it said 103 like Taco Bell. So that means the entire Taco Bell circle, 103 people like Taco Bell. So this whole circle, all the numbers in the 4 sections within that Taco Bell circle has to add up to 103. So I can add up all the numbers that are already in there. So 51 plus 29 plus 21. So 10, 11, 9, 10. That's 101. 103 said they like Taco Bell. So that only leaves 2 people, right? So 103 like Taco Bell, and there are already 101 in there. So there are only 2 people that like only Taco Bell. Okay, so 2 goes right there. And so again, all the sections within that Taco Bell circle, there's 4. There are 4 sections within each circle. Those will all add up to that 103 that they gave you at the top. So for Pizza Hut, it says 99 students like Pizza Hut. So all the 4 sections, here are the 4 sections in Pizza Hut. You can see there's one that doesn't have a number yet. All 4 of those need to add up to 99. So I can add up 34, 34, 29, and 21. 14, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 84. And then 99 should be the total. So you take the total and you subtract off the number that are already listed there, and you will see you get 15 left. So 15 is the number of students who like only Pizza Hut. Okay, so 15. All right, now Chick-fil-A. So how many like Chick-fil-A? 151 said they liked Chick-fil-A. So that means all of these, right? These are the sections within that big Chick-fil-A circle, have to add up to 151. So let's add up what we have so far. We have 51, 29, and 34. So that's 10, 14, 5, 10. It looks like 114. So the total is 151 minus the 114 that's already there. So looks like 37. So 37 people said they like Chick-fil-A, other than the ones that are already listed. Okay, I think I said 37. All right, so now we have all of the sections within the circles filled in. Don't forget that you have a universal, right, set. That's everything within the rectangle. And so everything within the universe should add up to the total. That's 197. So your universe is 197. So what you want to do is add up all the numbers in the circles and see if that matches 197. If it doesn't, then remember that means there are some people who are surveyed or some people who are enrolled in her classes that do not like any of those options. That's what that means. So let's add up everything within all of the circles. When I added all of those numbers up, I got 189. The total should be 197. So 197 minus 189 gives you 8. So 8 is the number that's within this universe. So those are 8 students that like none of those options. Okay, let's see what other questions we can answer now based off of this Venn diagram. So part B, how many of the surveyed students liked Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut, but not Taco Bell? So Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut, but not Taco Bell. So Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut is this part, right? That's in Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut. But that 29 is also in Taco Bell. So we don't want to include that. So it's just going to be this part, right? So Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut, but not Taco Bell. So that would be the 34 that are within that region that I just shaded. So 34 students like Chick-fil-A and Pizza Hut, but not Taco Bell. Part C, how many of the surveyed students only like Pizza Hut? So they only like Pizza Hut. So right here, that's 15, right? All of the other sections within that Pizza Hut circle are in common with one or both Chick-fil-A and or Taco Bell. So only 15 people like Pizza Hut and not the other options. Okay. How many of the surveyed students did not like any of these restaurants? So that's going to be the students that are in this universe, that are enrolled in this class, that don't like those options. And that's the 8 that we put down in the bottom of the rectangle. How many of the surveyed students did not like Chick-fil-A? So that's all of the numbers that are not in the Chick-fil-A circle. So that would include this 15, that's not in Chick-fil-A. 21 is not in the Chick-fil-A circle. 2 is not in the Chick-fil-A circle. And then the most common mistake made here is that people forget to add in that 8. So that 8 is also not in the Chick-fil-A circle. So we would add up those numbers, 15, 21, let's see, 15, 21, 2, and 8. And we would get 46. So 46 of the surveyed students did not like Chick-fil-A. I don't think I've ever met anyone that didn't like Chick-fil-A, but okay. So our last example, let me erase these highlights that came down. Okay, so we have an apartment complex, has a gym, a pool, and a restaurant. Right away from that first statement, you can see that there are 3 things. There's a gym, a pool, and a restaurant. So when we're talking about Venn diagrams, you can go ahead and start drawing your diagram. So let's just go ahead and do that. So we're going to have our universe. We've got our 3 circles for each category. So we've got a gym. Oops. We've got a pool. And we have a restaurant. The manager of the complex wants to know which of the amenities are used by the residents, so she conducts a survey of the 524 residents. Of the 288 responses, 68 residents reported using all 3 amenities regularly. Okay, well that's great because that's the first thing we want to know anyway. So 68 reported using all 3 amenities regularly. So 68 is going to go in the middle. Remember, that is a section that is the intersection of all 3 parts or all 3 categories. 39 said they only use the gym and the pool. Now be careful reading this. 39, I'm going to highlight this in yellow. 39 said they only use the gym and the pool. Here is going to be the key word, only. In the previous example, I'm going to scroll up really quickly. The double said 50 said they liked both Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. It didn't say only Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. It said that they liked both of those. So that means they could have liked both of them and the third option. Okay? This one says only. Only means they liked the gym and the pool only, not the restaurant. So that means gym and pool only is going to be only this section. That only makes a huge difference because now you do not subtract what's already in the middle. The only means it's just that one little section. Okay, so we can go ahead and just write the 39 right there. So again, the only means you don't have to subtract. All right, the next statement is 21 said they only use the pool and restaurant. So there's another only. Pool and restaurant. 21, oops, let me write that in black. 21 use only the pool and restaurant, meaning not the gym. And then it says 11 said they use only the gym and restaurant, not the pool. So 11 said they use only the gym and restaurant, not the pool. Okay, so again, just to recap, I can't say it enough times. The only is the key word there to let you know you're not going to actually be subtracting what's in the middle already. You're just writing it in the little sections, the 3 sections on the sides. Okay, then it says 42 said they only use the gym. Again, I've got this only, right? 42 said they only use the gym. Only use the gym. So that means 42 people only use the gym. That's the gym only, not the pool, not the restaurant, not both of the other two. 58 said they only use the pool. So 58 only use the pool. Again, the word only indicates you're not subtracting, you're just putting that into the other section of the Venn diagram. And then 49 said they only use the restaurant. All right, let's see what happens when we add up all of these numbers together. 42, 39, 68, 11, 49, 21, and 58. When you add those all up, notice that they add up to the 288 mentioned. Mentioned right up here, 288 responses. Okay. The universe are the residents, not the responses. So the universe is the residents, and it tells us how many residents there are. There are 524 residents. So in the universe, you have 524, so you're going to subtract off the 288 that responded. That means that 236 did not respond. So we don't know if they like some of these items, if they don't like any of these items. We don't know. So we're just going to put them right there. Okay. So how many residents use the pool? So to find how many residents use the pool, now it doesn't say only. If we want to know how many residents use the pool, that's all of the numbers within the circle, the pool circle. So we're going to add up those numbers. So it's 58 plus 39 plus 68 plus 21. So 186. Okay, and it probably should have said how many of the respondents use the pool, because we don't know about the 236. Some of those could use the pool and we don't know. How many, let's say, respondents use the gym or the pool? So the gym or the pool. Okay, so in that case, gym or the pool. So that would be everything that's in this gym circle, because it's or, right? Or is a union. Or anything in the pool circle. So how many people use the gym or the pool? The or is a union, so we're including all the numbers that appear in either of those circles. So we're going to add up all those numbers. So 42, okay, so let's add them all up. We've got 42 plus 11 plus 68 plus 39 plus 21 plus 58. So when I added those up, I got 239. So 239 of the respondents use either the gym or the pool. Part D, how many residents use the gym and the restaurant? So how many use the gym and the restaurant? So that would be this section, these two sections right here. Looks like a football. So 11 plus 68 would be 79. So 79 of the respondents use the gym and the restaurant. Part E, how many residents did not respond? Okay, that's the 236. And then how many residents do not use the gym? And let's actually replace that with respondents. How many respondents do not use the gym? So if we're talking about respondents, that would not include the 236. That's just going to be how many are not within that gym circle. So that would be the 58 plus 21 plus 49. So 58 plus 21 plus 49 would be 128.